The only station with local news at 6:30. You're watching Fox 17 News.
Gary Artman, the man charged in a 1996 murder and sexual assault, was back in court for day 2 of his trial.
Today we heard from a forensic expert who details what was found on the suspect's devices. Our Michael Martin has more.
Tuesday marked day 2 in the trial of Gary Dean Artman, charged with the 1996 murder and sexual assault of 30-year-old mother Sharon Hammock.
I found 4 video files that had been moved to the recycle bin. They were still in the recycle bin, so they were recoverable.
After opening statements Monday afternoon, prosecutors began presenting their case against the now 65-year-old former truck driver. 2 detectives took the stand Tuesday.
The file titles of these videos started with the 2 words, the kidnapping.
Michigan State Police forensic computer analyst Gerald McCarthy spoke about looking at 3 external hard drives and 5 thumb drives that police seized from Artman's property.
What are those depicts?
They were, all 4 of them were pornographic videos. They had the website embedded into the videos.
McCarthy also spoke about word files and videos found that depicted violent sexual acts against women.
There were several of them were even in a user-created folder called My Stories. It had a date in the writing of February 28th of 2005. And in this story, it talks about a laundromat in Grand Rapids, Michigan. The content is of sexual in nature, and there's references to a kidnapping of a mother and her daughter in that document.
While Detective John Tunhoff spoke about how investigators ended up linking Artman to the murder, analyzing DNA found on objects at the scene through genetic genealogy.
And they yielded a result for you, did they not?
They did.
Okay, and they identified a series of possible suspects. Is that fair to say?
That is correct.
And what were those suspects?
The suspects would have been identified as 4 male sons of Donna and Wilfred Artman.
Another witness entered the courtroom in handcuffs. The media asked not to show his face, speaking about Hammock, his one-time friend, in the days before she was killed.
Immediately when we got into the room, Gary and the other guy whispered something to each other. And then Gary went, "Well, what's over here, Sharon? Come over here."
He recalled a night where he went with Hammock to meet Artman in a hotel room. Artman had allegedly told her he had a gift she needed to come get.
She said he was a creep and that he would get rough and force girls to do things they didn't want to do.
Prosecutors have previously said Artman had met up with Hammock prior to her murder under the notion of paying for sexual acts, though Hammock allegedly became frightened of him afterwards. Unwilling to consensually meet up with him again, Artman is accused of then finding, kidnapping, and killing her.
Reviewing prior police reports and other data that was able to vet out, I learned that at the time of Sharon's murder, Gary Dean Artman was living in a close proximity where she was last seen and then where her body was later recovered.
Michael Martin, Fox 17 News.
Artman is facing life in prison if convicted. He's also awaiting trial in a 2006 murder out of Maryland. Those proceedings will begin once this trial wraps up.